Hello and welcome to Newsfeed, your daily dose of what people are talking about online, from news stories to what's trending. Now, Twitter is going through a self-induced identity crisis. This week, the platform said bye-bye to its iconic bluebird logo and rebranded to X. The change, which has alienated longtime users and confused marketing experts, was, of course, spearheaded by owner Elon Musk. And the unpopular move has made many wonder if the social media site is in its final death throes.
The insanity of the Elon Musk Twitter saga just keeps on getting wackier and wackier. Right now, the man is looking to change his $44 billion purchase from the classic bird logo into a simple X. Plus, if you write in x.com, you'll now be taken to Twitter, hinting at the fact that Musk is very serious about this change despite its sudden appearance and likelihood of achieving nothing? Of course, this action has been immediately raked over the burning hot coals of Twitter's user base, with many making fun of the billionaire as he implements the strange changes. Musk posted that he just likes the letter X, so perhaps he simply decided he wants all products associated with him, SpaceX, Tesla X, even the name of his kid included, to be consolidated under one giant umbrella brand. After all, he has mentioned before that he wants to create X, an everything app, so this idea actually isn't too far off.
Elon Musk's decision to ditch the bluebird in favor of a seemingly arbitrary letter doesn't really come off as a surprise. That's because to Musk, X isn't a random letter. In fact, the tech chameleon has been obsessed with the letter X for decades now. His obsession is such that this isn't the first time he's bet on the 24th letter of the alphabet.
Years ago, Elon Musk got ousted from PayPal after he kept trying to rename the company X.com. It was the year 2000 and PayPal was already a trusted brand name. eBay was taking off and sellers would say, "PayPal me." People using PayPal's name as a verb was a landmark achievement. This sort of brand recognition is crazy valuable. But Elon Musk, whose company had merged with PayPal at that time, asked the company's marketing department to completely rework the PayPal logo to include the letter S. He wanted to rename the company X PayPal and eventually phase out the PayPal name altogether. Meanwhile, all the focus groups they ran thought that X sounded like the name of a site, not a legitimate payments company. Everyone else was like, PayPal's a great name, let's just leave it. But Musk wouldn't budge. He paid $1 million back then to acquire X.com. After Musk went on vacation, the two PayPal co-founders organized a coup and ousted Musk from the company.
Okay, sure, Elon Musk just made his dream a reality. But why did he invest $44 billion into an already well-known brand name only to erase everything it was famous for? Wouldn't it have been cheaper to build his so-called everything app from scratch? And the odds don't seem to be in Musk's favor. Analysts believe rebranding Twitter to X could see it lose anywhere from $4 to $20 billion in value. Tossing aside a brand with over 15 years of history is a bold decision, one that would work better if you'd have a bolder name lined up. But with a simple name like X, the rebrand could lead to further financial and legal challenges to what was once Twitter. Advertisers may choose to wait until the brand is more established before putting ads on the platform. And it could also get into trademark battles with hundreds of companies, including Microsoft and Meta, over competing copyright claims regarding some iteration of the letter X. Let's discuss all this with IT security law professor Dennis Kenji Kipker, who joins us now from the German city of Bremen. Now, Professor, Twitter's changes, rebrand to X, deeply unpopular with its 400 million strong user base. Why is Elon Musk doing this?
Well, Twitter has definitely suffered considerable damage as a brand since Musk's takeover. So many users have migrated to decentralized solutions such as Mastodon. And especially in the US, there has been a large migration to the new platform of the competitor Meta. And there is therefore widespread perception in the whole social media community that the value of the brand has dropped quite significantly. And on the other hand, Musk also loves big dramatic appearances as CEO. And what would be more natural than to remove a world-famous logo from perception virtually from one day to the next? And in this way, in my opinion, Musk also underscores his power as the new owner of the company.
Right. So you mentioned earlier that it really brings down the value of the platform, this change to X. How is this expected to boost revenue, especially if a lot of users are disappointed with this and are moving away from the platform?
Yeah, I don't even think that Elon Musk has the old or current Twitter users in the focus of his financial plans and the future of the company. Rather, I think he wants to tap into new user groups, especially by expanding the range of functions and offering more services and products to other user groups. And who knows, maybe the communication function, which is current one big thing at Twitter, will move into the background in the future.
What more do we expect in Twitter's future in terms of Musk's vision for this everything app?
We can definitely assume that no stone will be left unturned at Twitter in the future. Personally, I even go further. I would assume that we won't be talking about Twitter as a brand or as a product and company at all in a few years. And the social network market is fiercely competitive. And there are already competitors who will successfully fill Twitter's gap, as I mentioned in the beginning, such as Meta. And that's why this step was ultimately just an overdue step for Musk to restructure the whole company, but also ultimately a step that he himself initiated because his takeover also started the decline of the brand Twitter.
Do you agree with Musk's vision for the app formerly known as Twitter? What do you think?
Twitter got quite unpopular within this whole social community. Many people have moved, and I think there was no possibility for Musk, for like on another way, to get back the popularity of the platform. So that was the only way, in my opinion, to change the whole concept, to change the whole company, and to create a new name and to create a new brand.
Thank you so much, Professor, for joining us today and giving us those insights.
You're welcome.
Since Elon Musk's chaotic takeover, the drama at Twitter, X, right, has left behind a trail of disappointed users and a golden opportunity for other platforms to swoop in. Meta has already made its move with Threads, but guess who's entering the race now? TikTok! The Chinese-owned app is stepping up its game by introducing text-only posts. The platform says the new feature is offering a new way for creators to express themselves. It's got a bunch of cool stuff to make text posts pop up as well. You can add colorful backgrounds that scream your personality and top it off with some stickers or even sounds. And if you're worried about having to express yourself within tight limits, TikTok gives you a whole 1,000-word canvas to paint your thoughts. And it's not just X and Threads that TikTok is after. It has its eyes on even bigger fish. The world's biggest streaming services, Spotify and Apple Music. Enter TikTok Music. A test version rolled out this month in Brazil, Indonesia, Australia, Mexico, and Singapore. The standalone app is a mix of TikTok and Spotify. Users can sign in via their TikTok accounts, and the app has a social twist that Spotify lacks, which means it automatically links you up with your TikTok buddies, so you can like, comment on, or share each song and even read what others are saying. It also has a special playlist of remixes of viral TikTok sounds and music, the ones usually not available on Spotify.
A new big player has entered the streaming market, and it is none other than TikTok. The new streaming service TikTok Music from its parent company ByteDance will replace the existing service Rezo, which, by the way, we already supply as a music distributor. So what exactly is this all about? Well, what is TikTok particularly good at? Discovery and viral hits. And that's exactly their focus. Since everything happens in one ecosystem, the algorithm can push a song across platforms. Other exciting features, apart from full versions of viral sounds, are personalized song recommendations, collaborative playlists, song search by lyrics, song identification like Shazam, and a comment function. All of this shows that TikTok Music, like TikTok itself, is very much focused on interaction. In addition, listeners can use their existing TikTok profiles for the new service. When and if a launch for other countries is planned is still unknown.
Okay, so the challenge for TikTok Music will be pulling users away from streaming apps they're already happy with. But this isn't TikTok's first rodeo with music streaming giants.
So just a little history lesson for you guys. TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, actually has a music streaming service called Rezo. So essentially, if you're an artist and you upload your music to TikTok, it will also be distributed to Rezo, which will also distribute it to Apple Music, Spotify, and things like that.
Meanwhile, Spotify's global market share of the music streaming business has taken a dip from 36% in 2018 to 30% in 2022. As the industry leader, Spotify boasts a jaw-dropping 517 million active users spread across a staggering 180 markets. And a cool 40% of these users are Spotify Premium subscribers. And some news for those loyal subscribers. After more than a decade of chill subscription prices, Spotify has decided it's time for a little change-up. It's raised prices for its 200 million ad-free subscribers, marking a new era for the streaming giant. In the US, the cost has gone up from $9.99 to $10.99, and over 50 territories are getting a similar price makeover as well. The new costs match the monthly plans of Apple Music and Amazon Music. But in Brazil and Indonesia, TikTok Music is available for a mere $3, giving its competitors a run for their money. Coming off the high of the Barbenheimer opening weekend, who would have thought there'd now be backlash over one of the movies? The film Oppenheimer has sparked controversy in India, where some are calling for a boycott over a scene that quotes sacred Hindu scripture. The movie is about the father of the atomic bomb, J. Robert Oppenheimer. The scene in question sees Oppenheimer reading text from the Bhagavad Gita, one of Hinduism's holiest books, during an adult scene. Politicians from the ruling Hindu nationalist BJP have called it a disturbing attack on the religion. In a letter addressed to film director Christopher Nolan, India's information commissioner, Uday Makuda said the scene was a direct assault on the religious beliefs of 1 billion tolerant Hindus and likened it to waging a war on the Hindu community.
So it is an assault on our civilization values. It is an assault on Hindu community. And therefore, we have written a very strong letter to the director, Christopher Nolan, that he should withdraw this scene from the film.
The way the American filmmaker has quoted the Bhagavad Gita in a questionable scene has made priests like me angry. Also, we're surprised that this was allowed by the censorship board.
The controversy has had little impact at the box office, though. Local media reports that Oppenheimer grossed more than $3 million in ticket sales in India during its opening weekend. In comparison, Barbie, also released on Friday, made just over $1 million in the country that same weekend.
I don't have anything big planned, just a giant blowout.
Now, if you're wondering why the Hindu text was referenced in the blockbuster at all, it's because the real Oppenheimer counted the Bhagavad Gita as one of his favorite books, and he even learned Sanskrit to read it. In a 1965 interview, Oppenheimer said he thought of the scripture during one of history's most earth-shattering moments, when he oversaw the detonation of the first atomic bomb in July 1945 in the New Mexico desert.
Remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." I suppose we all thought that one way or another.
The Bhagavad Gita was also part of Killian Murphy's extensive research in preparation for his portrayal of Oppenheimer in the blockbuster biopic.
"Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds," is the most repeated quote of Oppenheimer's, and he borrowed it from the Gita, and he learned Sanskrit at Berkeley. Do you think his interpretation of this Indian scripture still holds true for humanity and like our relentless pursuit of all things new?
Oh, that's a good question. I did read the Bhagavad Gita in preparation, and I thought it was absolutely beautiful text, very inspiring. And I think it was a consolation to him. I think he kind of needed it, and it provided a lot of consolation to him all his life, I believe. Yeah.
Your learnings from reading the Gita, you said in preparation you read it.
Yeah, I mean, don't grill me on it.
No, I'm not. But, I'm no expert.
Yeah, but I just found it very beautiful.
And that's our show. Find our latest shows on YouTube and subscribe to our channel. See you soon.